Hello everyone and welcome in. I'm going to be doing a bit of Reiki healing, a bit of energy healing. I'm going to start with some pulling, just lifting any heavy, dense energy you might be feeling. So take a deep breath in, slowly exhale, letting go of any heavy energy you might have been holding on to. I know the retrograde's been heavy. I know it's been a lot of energy. So we're going to kind of use this as a moment to let go of all of that heavy energy, all of that dense energy. Feel free to write into the chat or the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Let me know what you've been going through, what you might have been experiencing, or what you'd like to let go of. What challenges have come up? What energies might have been pushing you? What inner stories or narratives might have been going on that no longer serve you? Take a deep breath in, and slowly exhale. My main goal today, the focus is grounding. A lot of energy clearing, but a lot of grounding. A lot of letting go of old stories and old narratives, things that just no longer serve you. I know the country's been hit with a lot of storms. Hopefully everyone's okay. Right now where I'm at, it's like 50 degrees. It's all rainy and stormy. And I feel like it kind of represents the energy we've stepped out of. We're out of the retrograde for Mercury, but there's still kind of that shadow period that shows up. Whatever old stagnant energy we might be holding on to. Feel that letting go of. Imagine that lifting. And what I normally do is when I do pulling, I keep a white candle next to me that I set the intention to kind of lift any heavy energy. Even though this is distance, I imagine kind of like threads or ribbons of shadow. Any doubt, any fear, any limiting beliefs. So once again, taking a deep breath in and slowly exhaling. We use the pulling and entity extraction to reset the mind. I know for me, my mind ruminates on a lot of things. It roams around on a lot of things, and I get lost inside of there. So use this as a moment to come back to center, to be at calm, to be at peace. From people I've been speaking to, I know a lot of mixed emotions might have been coming up these last few days. And the way I see it, it's a lot of things that we want. Things that we want to let go of, things we want to manifest, things we like to bring into our life. Yeah, a lot of insecurities came up. And it's okay. I know everyone kind of has kind of relationship trauma. It's stepping into new relationships. It does bring up those old traumas, those old fears, those old doubts. Those old behavioral patterns. But it's recognizing. Like sometimes we talk about the matrix, we talk about programming, and that's what it is. When you're in a relationship, either a romantic one or even one with friends or one that you have with family, we're trained to survive. The brain is designed to survive. It's not designed to be happy. It's designed to make sure that you stay alive, that you fit into society, into the societal norms. And so we accidentally train each other how to behave. And we kind of get stuck in those loops. And so it turns into a lot of, how do I let go of those loops? How do I let go of those reoccurring programs? How do I stop people pleasing? What is it that I want? What is it that you want? How do you deserve to be treated? One of my friends I was talking to, they were describing all the relationships they were in right now. I think they were dating 2 or 3 different people just to get the feel of it, and some she did get attached to. The thing is, they each had something different, but not all of them encompassing like those higher core goals that were needed. I told her, like, leave that out if you can. Leave every relationship. If it hasn't been serving you well in the last 6 months, sure, people can change if they're trying to make a genuine effort, if they're going to therapy, if they're doing the inner work. But a lot of times people are not. They're not willing to do that. They say they're going to change, and the behavior doesn't match up with that. Walking away is hard. Walking away is not easy. Setting boundaries is not easy. But doing visualizations where you imagine it, that's what I try to do in some of the cord cutting ceremonies. Visualizing telling those people off, having those conversations, prepping the mind for if those conversations need to be had. There's another friend I have. Their friend hasn't been the best during the pandemic and everything. It kind of drifted away. And so this one friend continues to try and put in a lot of effort, a lot of wanting to rescue this friendship, to bring it back to what it was. And they're chasing to come back to that. And the thing is, that person's going through so much that I told them I don't think they can be that person again. I don't think they're capable of being that person. Maybe giving them time, maybe trying to manifest it, but truthfully, writing down the things you liked about that friendship, and then moving forward, looking for a new friendship, or allowing space for that one to show up naturally again. And sometimes it's not a direct narrative of one person affecting the other person. Just the other person's life became so heavy, they kind of became distant. And even for me, in some of my friendships, I became distant, and some others became distant. So it's been navigating that, figuring that out. And so these are the stories that came up during the retrograde. How do we let go? How do we evolve? How do we move forward? Take a deep breath in, slowly exhale. If you'd like to write and comment anything that you are letting go of, anything that might be coming up, feel free to do so. Just gonna do this last bit of pulling, and then I'm gonna dive into some crystals a bit. So take one more deep breath in. And slowly exhale, letting go of it. I've got some background noise going. I think there's a fire happening nearby. Hopefully everything is okay. I need to figure out how to soundproof a room. Alright, give me a minute. We're gonna figure out what crystals I'm gonna use. In the chat here, I might just make a copy and paste of what crystals I'll use tonight. Just to give everyone a preview of what we're going through. Letting go of other people's anxieties and release what is not yours. Yep. And we can make those our affirmations that we remind ourselves of. Things we could tell ourselves during the day, during the night. Give me 1 second. Just copying and pasting. So anyone that's here with me live, you guys can see what's coming up. So grounding. The retrograde made us feel very ungrounded. Maybe not everyone, but some of us. We're going to start with black tourmaline. I'm setting the intention that we use this for absorbing and protecting you from negative energy. It's a bit of an energetic pull. I normally use black tourmaline or obsidian for grounding to bring us back to center. When I say grounding as well, I like to think of sitting on the ground. So if you'd like, just kind of a mini meditation. Imagine a place in nature you like going to. Sitting on the ground. Have the sun beaming down on you. Feeling the warmth and the light around you. Noticing the earth connecting with you. Feeling the earth energy flowing through you. Take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Whoops. I've accidentally sent one single person all of the crystals coming through. Has anyone else had issues with the retrograde? Still retrograding, I guess. I'm gonna send a message to a few people. Let me see. Trying to invite someone. Only because they bring up something interesting. But yes, as you're sitting on the ground, sitting in nature, imagine from the base of your spine, roots of light beginning to grow deep into the earth, connecting to the heart of the planet. Feeling the earth energy beginning to flow through you, flowing through your spine, flowing through your nerves, through your organs, connecting you to everything. allowing you to become tree-like. Allowing the earth energies to connect with you, to lift any heavy, dense energy. Take another deep breath in and slowly exhale, feeling the heavy energy dissipating. Asking the earth to heal you. Asking the earth to remove any blocks that might be in your path. Asking to help you transmute any heavy energy you might be holding on to. I feel blocked throat chakra. Not a lot. We have Sodalite in the mix, so we'll use that to clear through some throat chakra for anyone not speaking their truth. It might just be me, though. Yeah, someone mentioned today had some like odd energy, some weird energy. There's this weird feeling. I felt it too. I don't know what it is. It didn't feel bad, but it felt like preparing. For me, I felt like I'm making preparations for a big change happening, coming. It could be for the app that we're building. It could be just for life as a whole. But I just felt this need to kind of organize things, put things in motion. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it's headed. But it's like this mysterious pushing force kind of guiding us. Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Feeling the earth lifting any heavy, dense energy. Feeling yourself just lost to your own being in this moment, being here in the present. I think Pyra said, the word transformation has been spammed a lot lately. I've been feeling that. It comes up a lot, but especially during the retrograde, in a lot of my like one-on-one readings that I've been doing through like Etsy and stuff like that, transformation's been coming up a lot. I've been having to do like a ton of cord cuttings, but also transformation, a lot of shifting energy. I think on Friday we got into like talking about like caterpillar energy and transformation there, where for us it's not like you're a caterpillar, then you're a cocoon, then you're a butterfly. It's a constant cycle that's constantly going, constantly moving. I'm gonna switch to the next crystal, which will be Citrine. Citrine is gonna add a bit of energy and confidence to us. This is solar plexus. So the black tourmaline was used for root chakra. Here we're moving up a bit through solar plexus. A lot of the energy I had for grounding are those lower chakras. The transformation should be effortless. Right now they say after the fall equinox, the veil is lifted between worlds. So you'll notice a lot of cultures celebrating those that have passed on. There's the Day of the Dead, there's Halloween. In Hinduism, they celebrate for a full week. Either a full week or like they have a specific day aligned with the moon cycles to kind of make an offering to the ancestors. Now, I personally don't have a great connection with my ancestors. So trying to find and balance that has been... that's the journey I'm on right now. But notice where the universe wants you to transform. It'll give you clear nudges, but it'll also test you. So kind of looking at my own journey, I was doing TikTok. I was enjoying doing TikTok. I was helping a ton of people. And that kind of fell apart. I no longer feel safe there. I'm still trying to find ways to feel safe there. But I think in that collapse of that, it was a push to like, how can I become more organized in what I teach? How can I be more organized in who I teach? So that's kind of been the push, where doing Patreon, building the app has been, that's the dream that came out of that, out of all that chaos. That's what I created. It was a lot more concise, a lot less chaos on my end, but I'm still able to help a vast amount of people. Still playing around with what feels right, what doesn't feel right, looking for feedback all the time. Just checking the chat really quickly. Okay. Hello. I was just talking about the strange energy. It's been strange energy. It's been wild energy. I know at the end of the month is eclipse season, which is wild energy, but today just felt like, I don't know, it didn't feel like bad energy. It felt like dark dream energy is kind of what I want to put it out to be. It feels like Halloween, basically. But also there's this potential energy, like something's trying to break through. It feels good. Like the energy that I feel, like as I was working on stuff, knowing what goals I had, I didn't feel rushed on it. But I felt like I want these things done. I need these things done. I felt like I was doing prep work. I was preparing for something. I was preparing for, I don't know, maybe dreams or goals, or kind of creating space. I've been working on a law of attraction course that I'm hoping to bring here soon and to bring into the app. And a lot of it is like, if there's something you want to bring into your life, clear up space for it. So the first activity is literally just kind of like cleaning your room, cleaning a drawer, cleaning your computer, picking one small thing that you can clean up. And afterwards, kind of sitting down, taking an assessment, and kind of writing it out. What do I wish and you write down whatever came up. And that's what today felt like. But instead of writing it down, I was like physically doing it. I'm like, all right, I know what I want. I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do. I know who's there in my internal vision of what that should be and what that should look like. So I was just bouncing around, like messaging people like, hey, can you check this? Can you do this? Can you let me know if this works? What are you doing on this day? Just organizing. And I kind of invite everyone to do the same. You've been tested during the Mercury retrograde. A bunch of other planets are still in retrograde. And so I kind of get this vision of like the archer, the arrow being pulled backwards. And so that's what a retrograde is. From Earth's point of view, when you look out to it, you see all of those planets, they look like they're moving in reversed. Sort of like if you drive and you're driving faster than the car next to you, it can look like the car is going in reverse or it's stopped entirely. And so that's what we're seeing now. That's what it looks like on Earth to other planets. So that's what retrograde means. And so I'm getting this vision of like the arrow being pulled back, where the retrogrades have pulled us all back. The last month or 2 months have been like a lot of pulling back. A lot of us had to drop a lot of things, forget who we were, lose who we were, waiting for that arrow to kind of be unleashed, to be sent forward, to be thrown forward. You wanted to clean up yesterday. Yep. You'll innately feel that. Like part of me, I started cleaning up this weekend and it felt like spring cleaning, but it's fall, so it's like fall cleaning. Oh wow. Yep. That's the energy that's coming through. It's like clean everything up, prepare for things. And you shift the energy of the room once you do clean up. And it doesn't have to be a big project, like picking one small thing, clearing up that space, clearing up that energy. I think I've been doing a bit of digital decluttering this week, getting rid of old photos. I think I have like 45,000 photos in my phone, and I'm pretty sure a giant chunk of them are memes that I am never going to look at again from 2011 till now. So slowly going through that and getting rid of those. We save things. We save a lot of things. I'm like, I need this. I'm going to use that. So something I want to do is like, I want to move. I want to get into a new location, go somewhere new. So I'm trying to put myself in the mindset. So I think maybe 2 months ago, I took out a box and I started packing away a bunch of crystals at a ton from Cherie. And I'm like, I love them and I want to use them, but I haven't used them in like a few months. Let's pack these up. Let's pretend we're going to ship them off to the new place that I'm going to move and see where the universe takes me with that energy. We all had a theory. Me and a group of friends, we had bought an air conditioner for a friend. It was like summer, it was like really hot, and they didn't have one. And so we sent it to them, and I think maybe a week later, they're like, in like a month or two, they're gonna move now. The air conditioner didn't fit in the window, but we thought that the gesture of getting something nice for a friend and them not being able to use it helped manifest an entire new home. And I like there's a simplicity to that magic. So we've been talking off and on about maybe me wanting to go live by the ocean, someone sending me a canoe, because then it's like, oh, it'd be nice if I could use this canoe. If only I lived somewhere where I could use the canoe. That's another kind of manifestation technique. I think Citrine's also used a lot for manifestation, so that's kind of good. I'm just checking through the chat really quickly. Was introduced to design stuff, but yep. Listen to your body, listen to your intuition. If you have the time and the space to listen to it and do the activities that it tells you to do, I say go for it. I say trust it. Trust that instinct. All right, let's shift. What was the next crystal that I had planned out? It was Tiger's Eye. So this is supposed to help dispel anxiety, bring confidence, and help with mental clarity, because I feel like a lot of that, even within myself, a lot of heavy energy within the mind space. This is also associated with solar plexus, just above the belly button, the seat of power. And some things that I have a lot of people say is that I call my energy back from those that no longer serve me. In my shaman training, I've been working hard on fearlessness, and it's really hard. When you say you'd like to be fearless, the universe chooses to bring up everything that you could be afraid of. Every nightmare, every fear, every doubt. It's like, you would like to be fearless. That's nice. Let's see where that takes you. I think that was another video I posted maybe a few weeks ago. A whole video on fearlessness. Learning to dance with life. Kind of assessing things, knowing the brain is creating the anxiety and worry because it wants to protect you. It wants to shield you. It wants to make sure whatever you went through that you don't go through again. That's the big thing. How can you be safe? And that's why it's designed the way that it is. But that's where a lot of writing comes into play. And here on Patreon, I might start recording some of the classes I want to bring that will go into the app as well, but I'll make it live for everyone here and on that community as well. Like healing through creativity, writing to let go, and sometimes writing it down or speaking it out loud, whatever ruminations are happening in the mind, it makes it tangible. It makes it something that you can face. It makes it something that you can kind of prepare for, create a plan for, and then move forward instead of sitting there and ruminating. I'm trying to think of an example that's not too triggering for me. Kind of like, I guess, like moving. Where do I want to move? Where do I want to go? And I worry about all the things that could come up. I'm like, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And kind of like writing down like, well, what temperature should that place be? Who should be there? What do I anticipate coming from that? So I've been looking up like different things like astrocartography, kind of looking to see what lines can be most beneficial for me. Starting there, looking up my human design as well, and seeing like what kind of environments do I work better in. And so that's something I'm going to start offering. I'm probably going to bring that to my Etsy shop, doing human design readings. I bought a book this weekend to kind of help me navigate it a bit more. It's something I've been researching for like 2 years, but something I want to bring to other people, or create like a full mentorship program with it. Because I feel like for you to progress from here, you need to know fully who you are. Know who you are and then move forward with it. Live in your own design. And human design is a complicated series that talks about who you are, either being a projector, a manifester, a generator, a reflector, or a manifesting generator. And seeing how you fit into this world and making sure the career choices that you're in matches that vision. So for me, like, I'm a projector. I'm meant to be mentoring people. I'm meant to be teaching people. And that's what I really want. And so here with Patreon and with the app coming out soon, those are two places that I see they're gonna be like great just to have the resources. Me and Haley, me and the Starlight Lioness, we've that's what it is. It's a grimoire. It's everything that we've learned over the last few years being placed into one place, so that other people have like a track to kind of follow, a pattern to follow through. For Haley, focusing a lot on psychic, intuition, mediumship. Trusting your intuition is like one of the most important things you could do. Like trusting your intuition and recognizing that it's something intuitive and not just acting out of fear. So she's been placing a lot of kind of intuition tests. Can you guess what's going to be removed? Can you figure out where this is, where that is? And I think that's super important, and trusting it, kind of leaning into it. I am I'm good at it sometimes, and then sometimes I'm not. The way I see the intuition stuff, it's sort of like leaning into the force, listening to that inner voice in my head, being in a clear mind space where it's not this heavy energy kind of pulling me in. It's not that fear of like, oh, what if I pick the wrong one? Oh, what if this happens? But just listening and just feeling that it's this internal nudge that kind of pushes you in the right direction, or the direction you should go in. Even if things don't show up the way that you think it would, you were probably meant to experience something to push you on your timeline. And I know there's a lot of things that show up that's heavy and dense. But at the end of the day, we say things like this because you want to be the hero of your journey. You want to be the main character. You want to be in control and feel somewhat in control of what you're doing, what you're experiencing, what you're allowing yourself to experience. But yeah, we've been working on the app. I'm pretty sure it's going to reach the Android store first before it reaches Apple. Apple has been fighting us left and right. I don't know why. But hopefully soon they're both launched, and then I might start doing some more lives to kind of promote it, just to get the word out there of what's happening. So for those on Patreon, for me it's very similar to what's on Patreon. It's just that I've organized it more, and the big difference is that I brought Haley on board, and so she's added entire sections on things that I don't know about, things that I've wanted to learn about. It's like mediumship, intuition, trusting your intuition, a ton of resources that she's had, a ton of books that she's read. And so that's going to be like the full grimoire. And then over time, we're going to go through like each section and just add more things. So like the human design, the next few months, that's going to be a project I want to work on. It's just that it's a lot to dive into. But that's something maybe I could bring in here for Patreon, because I want to record like how to find your human design, how to do the self-research on human design, because it's all on the internet. It's all figure-outable, but when I post up the stuff that I want to do through Etsy, I want to do like a deep dive. What are all the gates that are open? What are all the parts that are connected? Alright, let me switch to the next crystal. It's going to be Sodalite. Sodalite is normally with the throat chakra, but let me just see what I wrote in the description for what my intention is tonight. Yeah, this is going to help soothe out any emotions, release stress, help bring you back to focus. I'm sorry. I like this one because it kind of looks like the ocean. Like I got it from Cherie. I ordered it like a few months ago. I was like, I should not be buying crystals. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, I want that one. Just take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. But on Patreon, I want to do a few more lives this week and next week. just because I have a lot of ideas, and then after next week I'm going to be kind of in recovery mode with a few things. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what we do. But yeah, as you release any emotions, notice what they are. Notice what brought them up. Notice what made you feel that way. Especially during this retrograde, I think it brings up a lot of emotions, especially if we don't ground. It's like I talk a lot about grounding, going into nature, being in nature, talking with people, expressing your ideas, finding the people that are grounding for you, the people that you can express ideas with freely without feeling judged. Reading out loud. I've been posting a lot of stuff from this book on relaxation by Thich Nhat Hanh, and just as I'm reading out loud, it just feels very like peaceful, very calm. It brings me back into center. So things like that I'd recommend doing, because that's something I struggle with. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts that kind of run up, ruminate, but what can bring me back to center? Alright, I'm going to switch to another crystal. Just kind of moving through the list here really quickly. Yeah, we got two more. So we'll do Amethyst. I have a few different pieces that I like, but this one's been calling to me this week. So this one I'm going to use for creating a deep connection to your physical reality, and for a bit of protection as well. For me, it's often associated with the third eye. So I'll be clearing through the third eye, because that's how we kind of perceive the world in our external mind and our internal mind. But connecting to the physical body. I think a few months ago I posted like someone that I follow for like EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. That's something I'd recommend checking out again, kind of revisiting. You want to connect back to the physical body. And remember that you are a spirit, you are a soul having a human experience. Right now we're in these physical bodies. Yeah. The EFT, I always say like EFT, and then I'm like, we might forget what it is. It's something else too. It's like, if you do like stock trading, it's like electronic fund transfer as well. So I have to specify what EFT means in the realm that we're in right now. But like those points that you tap on, those meridian points, so like between the eyes, I use between the eyes, the side of the eye, under the eye, top lip, bottom lip. I do the bottom lip a lot, and the collarbone. So kind of tapping on those places. The person I shared, they often do, what is it called? They use their affirmations with them. So they're kind of tapping their affirmations and their wants into them as they're doing it. And so when I talk about mentorship here on Patreon or for the Starlight Academy, All of this is the base of it. I just created a place where you can go to and find it, where it's how do you connect with the breath? How do you allow the breath to bring you back to the present moment? How do you let physical touch bring you back to the present moment? How do you remind yourself that you are here now instead of running around and the ruminating thoughts? Even this, I love doing visualizations, but some people can't visualize. They have aphantasia, and so I tell them to follow the crystal. So if you're really kind of out of it and you're looking for something to focus on, like something moving, focusing on it, it's kind of cat-like, but it works a lot. Something you could focus on, something that brings you back into center. Just paying attention to where it moves, keeping your eyes on it, and that's meditation. Meditation is about focus. It doesn't have to be about sitting under a tree and thinking nothing for a while. It's about focusing and being present in what you are thinking. And that's why the breath is important. Another meditation is breathing in. This one's visual. So breathing into the nose. And as you're breathing in, imagine the cool air kind of being like a blue color. Even holding your breath for a second or two, and then slowly exhaling. And as you do, feeling the warm air as you exhale, and kind of coloring it a different color, maybe red, maybe pink. And that's a way of bringing you back into center. You're actively choosing what you ruminate on. The mind and the human body is meant to create. They're meant to build worlds. They're meant to build and create. To create life, to create music, to create art. And it's constantly ruminating. And when we pick the things that we choose to build and develop, we're in control of it. That's why I really want to do like a creative writing thing out here, because that, for me, that's my main venting. I love writing, I love journaling, I love story creation. And it's kind of scary. The last few years I haven't been able to do that just because with complex PTSD within my own fear, I haven't been focused enough to kind of create something as complex as I want to create. And so I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver around that and be focused. The consistent music that plays. Kind of recognize what is playing in your mind. Is playing with these different techniques and seeing what does come up. See what does stick. Because all these things, EFT tapping, breath work, meditation, noting, journaling, reading out loud, they're all tools in a toolkit, and some things will work better some days than other things other days. And I think that's something important to recognize. That's why I want to share as much as possible. A lot of times when I'm really going through it and I can't focus, I'll try doing mantras and counting them on my fingers or through prayer beads. But don't think of it as something like, oh, I have to clear my mind. I have to clear my mind. Choose what you want to focus on. Actively choose what you want to focus on. And if you kind of lose yourself, dissociate, kind of run into a story, don't beat yourself up over it. That's meant to happen. That's how you test this ability. This is how you strengthen that way of connecting to you and being in the present moment. Yep. Truthfully, our spirit guides or even our higher self communicates through music. So if you hear it in your head, sometimes I'll be talking and then a song will pop in and I'll start thinking about it or singing it out loud. I'm I don't know why, but that's exactly why. They want you to notice it. They want you to feel it. They want you to be tapped into that energy. And exactly as you did, kind of writing it down, figuring out what the lyrics are, it's a reminder. Keep holding on. Keep pushing. Keep dancing in the waves of reality. let's shift to the last crystal as I kind of wrap things up. Let's see what I have. I have Obsidian. This is supposed to help with clarity and taking action in the real world. So this is kind of bringing you back. We're no longer in this reflective mode of the retrograde. Now we're taking action, and this kind of correlates with the energy we might have felt today. What actions can we take? What actions do we need to take? I don't know that song, Villains by KDA, but if they're saying be villain, like, so what is a villain? It's something I want to explore. Sometimes the villain is the hero in their own story. Maybe they had a vision, maybe they had a goal. A lot of people talk about entering their villain phase. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. So far, I've seen it being kind of noted as like you finally standing up for yourself, you kind of taking power back, you setting boundaries. Sometimes if we have to feel evil about doing it, do it. Feel evil and set the boundaries. Tell people no and have them respect it. That's the first boundary we learn as we're growing up. We learn no. We say no when we don't like something. We should keep saying it. So with this crystal as well, it is associated with the root chakra. And the root chakra is one of the first chakras that are developed. So it stores a lot of information in the root chakra. A lot of programming, a lot of things we learned growing up. This affects the inner child. This affects your connection to ancestors through the teachings. The teachings your parents brought you, the teachings your grandparents brought you, even down to the genetic code of who you are. It's all connected. Let's take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale, letting go of the old stories, letting go of the old narratives. And starting to step into you. Step into the real you, to the you that you'd like to become. Alright, I'm going to use just a bit of light energy to kind of wrap up the session. So if you'd like, imagine an orb of light beginning to unfold around you, made of radiant light. Notice how it feels. Notice how it shields you, how it connects with you. You breathe in and you breathe in the light energy, allowing it to restore you. Allowing you to return to center, knowing that this light is always here to connect with you. Take a deep breath in, slowly exhale. And whenever you need this light, all you have to do is call upon it. Say that you are protected, you are shielded. And just visualize the energy around you. Tap into what that energy feels like. Alright. I want to thank you all for being here, for coming out, for joining me. I will see you all next time.